Hello, my name is Mariana, and today this is a reading for Capricorn. So, Capricorn, it's been a while, but I'm using today for you my original tarot deck. So, the cards that you'll see are from this deck. So, Capricorn, it feels like you're in the middle of a situation that feels daunting, but this situation is as daunting as it is clear that it is daunting. You see what I mean? So there is a lot of clarity, and it's interesting because your message today feels like you're not afraid of the danger that seems to be following you around or surrounding you somehow, because it's like you know a way out. It's like it feels like you have a clear direction, and it's beautiful because today the clarity that you're having is to go through this situation, and I want to say as quickly as possible, but as determined as possible with feisty steps. This might be the title of the reading because this is how you get through this. This is how you go through this daunting situation and come out the other side, encapsulating and leaving behind that danger or that annoyance or that trauma. Because it seems like it's something that has been following you. So let me start showing the cards. We're beginning with the Nine of Swords. So here is where the clarity comes in, as much as this knowingness of how daunting this experience, this phase of your life, or this situation that you're in. Because I always see this sword in the middle as like, although yes, there are 8 swords on on the sides, it's almost like it's also giving you the way. So although it can be a very difficult situation that you are in, especially mentally, right? So it's like this kind of like a mental way of thinking, or like a very maybe we're talking about, because I've been reading a lot of trauma based effects, or like how the body stores trauma and difficult situations, or even PTSD. This could be something like that, right? But there is clarity about the situation that you are in. So there is no denial about how you are dealing with this, because it's like you are in a very hard situation, that. But at the same time, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's like you see a golden opportunity in it. It's like you can see what's on the other side for you after you go through this. That's the reason why the clarity here is not, it's almost like it's giving you this extra strength or extra courage, so that you can take those feisty steps to get rid of this way of thinking, or allow the 8 swords, right? It's very interesting because this card, these 2 cards actually, they flip together, but this card was showing me itself like straight away from the deck, like when it fell on the ground. This card, I could see it. So this is the clarity that is coming from the Nine of Swords. The 8 of Swords was turned to the other side, right? So I couldn't see it at first. But because the Ace of Swords came first, the Ace of Pentacles came first, it's like this is a very practical way that you're dealing with this. So in a very it's like, if we're talking about trauma, right? Being traumatized by an experience, or living a life that you're just now realizing how traumatized you have been, just living your life in a way that you didn't know how in such a bad situation you were, right? And I'm saying all of this in a very blunt way because this is how you're treating it as well. It's like you're not denying anything, right? It's like you're not minimizing, you're not neglecting, you're not trying to cover anything. It's like you're seeing the situation that you were in for what it was, or for what it still is, that it's just coming to an end, because you know that there is a new beginning that is just up ahead, right? It's like you just have to have the courage and the clarity that you seem to have, Capricorn, to finish this line, right? Or to complete this cycle, because there is a new beginning, and it's a very tangible one. It's a very real one. It's not something that is just in your mind. It's something that it's like you have a concrete opportunity to remove yourself from this situation, or at least from this way of living your life. And so this Eight of Swords is like, it's like the trauma, or it's like I'm seeing this as like the path closing behind you, right? So it's like you have to continue with this clarity, because it's like the clarity, because it's also an ace, right? And you know, the slip of the tongue, instead of saying the Ace of Pentacles a few minutes ago, I said the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is you and the clarity that you're holding, because you have this tangible opportunity to start anew, right? So this is what is pushing aside, or it's making your way out of the Eight of Swords, that if you didn't have this, it's like it would just crumble upon you, right? And you wouldn't have maybe the strength to do this by yourself, because it seems like it's something that you're doing by yourself, because maybe it's like, you know, inside your mind. So it's almost like you're the only one who really can perceive what is going on, and have the discernment, have the clarity, have the direction, the focus to go after this opportunity, right? And to grab it, because it's like it's almost like you can touch it, right? It's like it's there, and you're not going to let it go away or slip away. It's like, you know that you can do this, because these two cards coming next, they also flip together. So it's the same thing here, but here we had in this minor arcana version, and here we have in the major arcana version. So the Ace of Pentacles is like the sun, right? It's like the hope, or the belief that better days are ahead, that you know that you can be happy again, or that you can smile, or that it's like it's going to be worth it, right? This is what this Ace of Pentacles is emphasizing. It is worth it. So despite whatever path, or whatever trauma, whatever memory has been following you up, or like you know, this constant presence in your mind, or this constant thought, right? That thought form, right? It's like there is something that is concrete that is going to help you undo that thought form, or just it's not necessarily undo in a sense that you're going to forget, but it's like it's going to become something that is completed, because you're shutting the door on it, right? The Death door is talking about shutting the door on that, because here you see there is a cross and the door is slightly open. So this is what was giving you the clarity. It's like, you know, when you are in a very dark place, the minimum amount of light can shine a lot, right? It's like no matter how small the flame or the hope, it's like it is the thing that you need to keep on going, right? And this is what I'm seeing here. It's like once it amps up, because it's now not only on the minor arcana but on the major arcana level, it's like you're having the courage to go for the sun and shut the door on the things that were it's almost okay. So the Death card here is talking about like living but not living fully, right? Because this is it's like the two extremes of the same life experience in a sense, right? It's like and I know this is not the traditional meaning of these two cards, but it's how they're contrasting, you know, with one another right now. It's like this, if you were to choose to live your life the way that you always lived, it's like you would be living, but it's like half living your life, right? Because you would be always afraid of dying, perhaps, or something like that. A symbolic death, right? But it's like once you choose this, it's like you're grabbing this opportunity. You're certain that this is worth every risk that you have to take, because it's like you no longer want this, and you can see the light that is waiting on the other side, because there are these gaps. So it's like you can taste a little bit, but it's like you have to have the courage to walk towards the door, right? And it's almost like typically it would be full of, you know, ghosts or bad memories or fears or, you know, energy that was crawling up on you, right? And I'm just picturing like a kid, right, at night having to cross a big corridor, right? It's like you have to have that feistiness, you have to have that courage to go as quickly as you can, because the Two of Wands is here, and these are showing me like these very quick childlike steps, because it's like this is so worth it, that you know that you're going to find happiness on the other side. So it's almost like start embodying happiness and spontaneity, and it's like this like the freedom of a child, right? But on your way out, because it's like you have to get to the door and then shut it closed, because here this is the encapsulation of the fear, or like whatever was surrounding you that was keeping you from living your life fully, right? From just feeling joy. It's like the restoration, or not the restoration, what is the word? Like reclaiming your joy, reclaiming your freedom. But it's not exactly that. It's like how do I describe this? It's like going back to, maybe we're talking about like a childhood trauma, right? So going back to how you were previously to that, like, so that spontaneity of when, you know, you were not affected by these thoughts, or, you know, maybe before having lived an experience that really marked you in a very heavy way, right? So it's like after you close this door, it's like you're on the sun side. So you're on the side of hope, of gratitude, of happiness, of play, of joy. And here it's the same thing, but it's not negating what happened, is encapsulating it, because you know that it's like you were there, you could choose, right, with your clear mind to continue to stay there. But with your 5C steps, it's like with this and the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Swords is the encapsulation. So it's almost like a countdown. So that's what you're doing, right? Because we start with a 9, and then we go to the 8, and then we go to the 7. So it's like because you know that when it reaches 1, it's like that's the moment that you have to go. So it's like maybe you're focusing on where you have to go, or the direction of the door, because what is guiding you is the light that is on the other side. So you know you have the clear direction, and this clarity is what is pushing aside those things that would, in a sense, prevent you to reach the door. You see what I mean? So you're counting down for yourself, so that the moment that you are clear and it reaches this level of consciousness or awareness of like the significance of this decision, right? And it's not just a decision. It starts with the mental decision, but it has to be manifested. It's like you have to act upon it, so that you can grab this opportunity, so that you can, you know, open the door and shut the door close, right? So so when you do so, it's like you are able to put that in a bag, right? It's like, so it's not going to affect you anymore. So it's like, it's not like it's going to slip away and you're going to forget, but it's not going to have the same effect that it once had, or it had for most of your life, because you're not in the middle of it. It's like you could be, right? The Ace of Sword here is still in the middle, but it's like these are the remains, or these are it's like it's almost like without you there, they lose the power over you because you're holding something else. So it's like it's only when you hold the fear that the fear exists, in a sense. But now, because you're holding something else that holds the promise of something that is brighter, that is a lot more fun, that is a lot more joyful, and it is something that you were wanting, that you see value in, despite the path that you have to take to get to there. It's like this is stocked away, or this, it feels like it's zipped up, right? It's like it's encapsulated in a way that it's no longer going to affect you in any way. But you have to have these feisty steps, right? It's critical. So count down, go for it, and just don't look back, right? Just shut this door, and then when you're on the other side, it's like it feels like you're going to see the difference, because the contrast is going to be very high. It's like it's very perceivable. It's like you're going to be, again, you are already very clear about the situation that you're in. So the clarity then, when you're on the other side, and you know, you have taken the steps out of this situation, and this is no longer affecting you, it's like the clarity is going to be not only mental, or like a just a sliver of a light, right? It's like it's going to be the full experience of clarity, the full illumination of what clarity really is. It's going to feel warm, and it's going to feel cozy, and it's going to feel joyful, right? So it's like you're going to have this very different experience of what clarity means, right? To begin with, it feels like it's to push away everything that you know that could hurt you or that could scare you away. But then it's like the transition seems very quick, but it's like once you're on the other side with the sun, it's like you're going to incorporate clarity in a much more uplifting way. It's not going to be used for you to deal with trauma. It's going to be used for you to find more fun experiences or more delightful experience, for you to just enjoy life, right? So it's like it's the distinction about clarity, but helping you out of a situation, right? So take those feisty steps, Capricorn. So I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended. So if you want to join me there, I'll be very happy to see you. It's been a while, so it feels great to be back. I hope this is recurring, but I feel like it is. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.